Hello, I'm Christina Klim with the AARP Washington State Office. Today, we are talking about the AARP Community Challenge Grant Program with 2020 winner Spokane Neighborhood Action Partners, one of this year's winning agencies. First, let me tell you a little bit about the program. The AARP Community Challenge Grant Program is part of the AARP Livable Community Initiative that helps communities become great places to live for residents of all ages. The grant program is intended to help communities make immediate improvements and jumpstart long-term progress to support residents of all ages. Since the program debuted in 2017, AARP has awarded more than $6 million through 560 grant programs, and this year, the grant challenge distributed more than $2.4 million among 184 grant winners, including 4 here in Washington State. So today, we are talking to Garrett Havens and Cameron Flynn, representing one of our winning agencies, the Spokane Neighborhood Action Partners, or SNAP, about their Neighbors on the Go service. Garrett and Cameron, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
So let's start a little bit about telling our Facebook family about SNAP's history and some of the work that you do in the area.
Great. Well, I will start with that Neighbors on the Go is part of a larger transportation effort for the agency. SNAP is a multi-service agency, a community action program that originally came out of the war on poverty in the mid-1960s. SNAP's mission is to provide access and connection to resources that create opportunities with dignity for people of low income to work towards self-sufficiency. Multiple transportation programs sit within one of 3 core areas of SNAP. Under community action, name of one of the core, we have provided over 1,200 rides annually for over 3 years for neighbors that require rides to and from medical and other essential services. With a budget of $750,000, we combine our transportation services with community health workers in an attempt to capture neighbors who may be falling between gaps and require more than transportation services. Our Neighbors on the Go program is a much-needed program in our community focused specifically on medical transportation for seniors and disabled. Garrett's going to tell us a little bit more about details regarding Neighbors on the Go.
SNAP's Neighbors on the Go program is a volunteer driver program that helps seniors and people living with disabilities with medical-related transportation appointments. We launched the program early fall of 2020. Prospective riders are able to call a general dispatch line for medical-related appointments, such as visits to their primary care provider, to pick up a prescription, or physical or mental health therapy appointments. To qualify, riders must be 65 years of age or older, have a disability, certify that they do not qualify for or have financial means to use other forms of public transportation, or are experiencing a gap in service, which sometimes occurs when clients have not yet qualified for Medicaid or Medicare transportation services. SNAP looks for dependable and compassionate members of our community to serve as volunteer drivers for the Neighbors on the Go program. Our volunteers are carefully vetted, receive specialized training, and provide door-to-door service for our riders. Along with the benefits of specialized training, our drivers are provided liability insurance when performing services on behalf of SNAP and are also reimbursed for their mileage. Most importantly, though, they are able to build relationships with and assist their neighbors in accessing the medical services that they need to thrive.
Thank you so much for that. It's such an important program these days. Particularly, we know that transportation issues can really affect the health and safety of our older adults. Can you tell me a little bit about the growing need for transportation assistance in the Spokane area, and some of the work that SNAP has been doing to address some of these issues in addition or expanding upon what you just talked about?
Sure, I'm actually going to answer that. And that SNAP has been in the business of transportation for about 6 years now. We recognize to effectively meet the needs of public transportation users, particularly those in greater need, the most vulnerable populations, required multiple approaches and innovative solutions. We worked with our region's Transportation Council to identify those unmet needs and then began to develop and design programs that bolster the existing services within our community and prescribe strategies to maintain and enhance human services transportation. We know defining transportation need is wholly dependent on the end user based on geographic location and demographic characteristics. In Spokane, approximately 14.7% of the population, of a population of about 500,000, are disabled, and those over 65 represent about 14.7% of the population. So Spokane County has a higher percentage of seniors, persons with a disability, and persons with incomes below the poverty level compared to statewide averages. All of these measures indicate that the relatively high need for human service transportation in Spokane planning area. And therefore, SNAP stepped in to help and support those programs by designing well over 13 initiatives to support a variety of transportation needs within our community.
That's wonderful. So can you tell us a little bit about the grant that you guys received this year for 2020 and how that is going to help build upon some of the current efforts you're doing to assist community members with transportation issues?
Absolutely. I'll go ahead and hop in on this one. The AARP Community Challenge Grant is helping the Neighbors on the Go program get off the ground and establish itself as a safe and visible program in the community. SNAP has launched the Neighbors on the Go program in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic at a time when the most vulnerable members of our community really need safe and reliable access to meet their medical needs. AARP has provided our program with access to PPE kits to ensure that both of our volunteers and our riders are able to participate in the program safely. Safety and visibility are really key for a program like this, and the Community Challenge Grant has enabled us to purchase name tags and shirts for our volunteers to be easily identifiable and recognized by our riders. SNAP is also purchasing magnetic decals for drivers to put on their vehicles so riders and community members can easily identify our drivers and become more aware of our service. Along with branded rack cards that will also be distributed around general public venues throughout the county, these items will help raise awareness about Neighbors on the Go program for years to come.
That's fantastic. So you can tell me, I know this year has been obviously challenging for anyone. No one needs to say why. So what's next for the project as you guys are moving forward?
Well, in the short term, the Neighbors on the Go program is looking to launch a phone and computer-based application that will assist with scheduling rides and making our program even more user-friendly and accessible for both our riders and our volunteer drivers. The application will function in a similar fashion to other ride-share applications such as Lyft and Uber. This will help us enable our service to serve more people in our community by improving our infrastructure to meet our mission more efficiently and effectively. And then in the long term, we're focused on building up our program capacity to be able to offer services in more remote areas of Spokane County. Reaching this goal will require us to build up our volunteer pool to around 40 to 60 reliable volunteers who are each able to provide a handful of rides per month. Currently, we are focusing our services on the cities of Spokane and Spokane Valley, but we aim to expand out to surrounding areas such as Airway Heights, Liberty Lake, Cheney, and Medical Lake within the next year. We are also working towards training our volunteers and doing quick environmental social determinants of health needs when engaging with our riders. This will provide a more holistic approach and assure that riders' needs beyond just transportation are being addressed.
So wonderful. You guys are doing such great work in the community. So if some of our Spokane area followers are watching, how can they learn more information about SNAP or get online to see what services are available in the community?
Well, I think the best place for people within Spokane to learn more about both SNAP and our program is certainly going to be to visit our website at snapwa.org. And then if you want to learn more about our Ride to Health programs, you can click on the Thrive section within the website and click on Spokane Ride to Health. And you'll not only learn about the Neighbors on the Go program, but some of the other transportation services that we're offering as well.
That's fantastic. Thank you guys so much for this information. Cameron or Garrett, any other last words today before we sign off?
Just in great appreciation and thank you to AARP for this award and this grant. It really did help us stabilize the program and help with the launch.
I have to echo that. It's the Community Challenge Grant has really been key in helping us establish ourselves in the community and get this program up and running at a time when it's just really needed.
We are so happy that we can help you guys. And, there was 62 applications this year and you guys rose to the top, and it wasn't hard to see why. So thank you so much for what you're doing in the community. We will definitely include the information on how to get in touch with SNAP and learn more in the information that we shoot out to our followers. And I just want to give, again, a very warm thank you so much for giving us some time, Garrett and Cameron. Thank you so much to our followers on Facebook for watching us today. Have a wonderful week.